Dājī bājī jājī mē dādā rī rā lī jī nī lē gyāmbā dī sāngē jīndū lī kē bō rī chō kū nāndā jī ē dāng gu rā rā kāmi rā tāyā.
Sangye
Chedāng sōgī chōnāṃ jāñjō pātū tāni dāgī jīṃ tōlā pēnjē sāngye chō parāshī
Sangye
Chedāng sōgī chōnāṃ jāñjō pātū tāni dāgī jīṃ chō parāshī
Sangye
Chedāng sōgī chōnāṃ jāñjō pātū dāgī jīṃ tōlā pēnjē sāngye chō parāshī
Takasant Kuvalis
Shuku Chukya Chumechik
Michi
Chukya Chumechik
Yai
Yanshi Yape Japale
Dice Kati Mila Subanam Messina Dice Mila Subanam
Is this working?
Can you hear me back? Yeah. Yeah, they can hear you back.
Tashi Gabe Jabale Seti Kadi Mila Subanam Messina Iche Jitar Mila Suba Umbunam Dinam Leg number no number Shajena Ji Ko Jag Dinam number Nibe no number Mibe no ni Kagam Kadi Mila Subanam Gobata Suba Jitar Magajena Kuja number Juba Rashid Suva Remember in the Kujaniti Mubano Rang Murtuba Koji Milasuta Kajigi Kadi Milasubana Messina Ase. That is Ralugi Mirashi Kipakagi Arava. Miso Rashi Kipakagi Santa meet Rashi Kipakanata meet Milasuba Sigi Marisia. Kati Milasuba Nam Messina, each Chitter Milasubana, Ani Ombunam, a leg number me ballet join Jenny, she do a tick chidates. Mirashi messes on us. Mirashi man Milasuba Sigma, Yeva. He must in the leg number me by Yesiati, and the rest Jenny Takaji.
Okay, so we're on page 160 in the middle where there's this quote from the commentary to the 400. So first of all, anyway, so let's read through that. Objection. So this is some scholar is making, Kachik, some scholar is making an objection. If eyes and such do not exist, then how can the sensory faculties of organs such as the eye be considered things that result from karma? So where this argument is coming from is that in our system we say that that there's no I existing by its own nature and so on. There's no naturally existing I and so forth. So naturally existing I and so forth are refuted. And so then this person is saying, well, in that case, the I will not be possible. The I won't be able to happen because we usually say that the I is the ripening result of karma. So how can it be the ripening result of karma if it doesn't exist by nature?
That's Chief Koja the Dinam number me Kakam Nabani Chan number me the Kagi Bess Mila Subatet Missy, but it's Mipsi Mila Subatu Legi number me be moving syllabatic taking me those. You never met me that a lady number me by but your car comes that lady number me but your Joshi Maris. Later she Mila Sobatus Rashing Matuna Mila Sobatus lady number me by Insula La Vierva. Yes, a lady number me but the Chanakagi Vess Levery, Lulu. Kajigi.
Nice.
De Ni Ji no Koja Dinam Legi number maybe moving Bakagams. Kati Mila Subana number Gobra to the Tichitar Magasin. Mila Soba to Sukabari, Kaba yes and Rashi Matusesumas. Mila Soba Kabari, Kabi into Legi number maybe the Kagi are yesterday. Maga comes Mila Soba Mila Sobanam Gober Trubes Gober Trube in Sati Gaba Indasa teach it Magas and the legend about Mepati, but Chita Makaka Gugri.
So what they are saying to us is that since you refute, so sort of like a follow-up question. Well, aren't you refuting karma as the ripening result? Sorry, aren't you refuting the I as the karmic result of the karmic ripening result? Because you've said that there's no I existing by nature. So aren't you? How can you not be refuting an I, which is the ripening result of karma?
That is a Ralugi. Jena, Koja, number Jeva, Ni, Rashi, so a Lulem, Lurjeva, Niki Cheris. Ranugita, number Jayati, Rashiga to the Mesa, Rashiga to the Kagiaris. Number Mela Sobanam, Rashiga to a Lurjeva, Ni, Cheris. Kujani didn't move them rang to the cabaret. Cabaret, Miller Soba Jeshi, Tenji Devertu Leni, number me by Nimi Gokos. Tenji is like it to Shabati, number me particular my Kagiamaris. Need number me by Migoku, teacher Tiebe. Ganshi number me by Nito Nieba, Mila Sobani, Yobanitos. That is Mila Sobatusu. Leg number me the Tendi, leg number me by Litua. The rate, Gogi Amaris, Mango is a teacher, T. Yovaris. Leg number me the Tendi to Yovaris. T. Yovas a Ganshi number me by Nito. Nieba, Mila Sobani Yobanitos, Mila Sobati Yoba Shagris, Riba Titam Shi Gola, Titam Shi Megochi, Shindu several Sungays. At that, and then she Japet goes that Titam Jigo, Titam Jimegos, Rashik to Bakabari Mishu, Tanya to you, but the guy am married slavery. Oh, Kanje, what did that did it? Did it.
Then the reply comes. Would we refute that it is the nature of these to result from karma? Must be that one. So anyway, the reply to that from our system, Ranglup, is what we're refuting is an I which exists by nature. The I is a dependent arising and so forth. These are not refuted. So we don't refute the I as the karmic maturation. We don't refute that. So the what this means is that what we're saying is that the I as a dependent arising, which is the ripening result of karma, that's not refuted. That does exist. So the I is, and so forth are posited as existing. And so what's made very clear here is the distinction between what's refuted and what's not refuted. What's refuted is the I and so forth existing by nature. What's not refuted is the I existing conventionally.
No, that is it. That she repeat, she come go. Did them go la, did them go shindu several sunday. Did that chevani cup cheek to suna cup masumba tamjal charta. Rashik to Vaka Sichin cup she chigli chartuna. She tamjal chaguri each other. She tamjal when the shirving because of me, no, me, name, chimes, leverba. The dog young Rashin Tomba number tower chose. And shirang in a corner. The dog men said the Rashin Tomba number tower chose delivery. Did isn't it? Me, me, name, leverage till laviati, tamjel. The dog young Rashin number. Rashik number tower chose Sierra. What to Jagu Wilson? Capchilla Rashik men celebrity. Number member Mila Suba Rashik mess to Mila Suba. Number member Rashik Mabati Cabares. Rashik mess here. Danger Jabatu number member the Kayamares.
And so then what it goes on to say, so I think this is actually in the Jeremsh's commentary. So you see, hence Chandakirti very clearly states exactly what reason does and does not refute. So we've already said that. Therefore, once he makes these distinctions in one passage, they must be applied even when they're not stated in all similar passages throughout the text. So when it's stated literally in relation to one basis, one object, then you need to understand it as referring to and being applicable to all bases, or in other words, all objects. Like in the case of the Heart Sutra, where it says there's no eye, no ear, no nose, and so on. It mentions in what on one occasion that when it says not existing, it means not just non-existing, but not existing by nature. And so that has to be applied to everything else. So it's just like that. So just like it says here, the I existing conventionally as a dependent arising, there's the what do you call it, the karmic, as a karmic ripening result. That's not being negated. What's being negated, what's being refuted is the I and so forth existing by nature. And that should be understood as being applied to other phenomena as well.
Not enough that dortini. Dena rang Murzawa. You think to Yube, rang Murzuba, repent Gola. Dena rang ngene zawa yuding to yubes rang ngo yuba ripe golas ta rang rang ngene zawa digi yuding to yuba dikagiaris yuding to yuba rang ngo gobar ripe golas gola Yovatam mengobanis, Yovatam gogumaris, Migrashingi Yovat cabareti, mi Yovati cogiamaris, Yovatam mengobani, Riban nam Rashid to a Lurilemba Sumbe, Rashid to a Lurilemba said, Gotechi Sumsunga, Tite, Rashingu Gopala cigar, Riba, Riba nam Rangi. Rashi tsuwa lurilemba sumbe ripani rangi ngoyi yume tsuya ripa yinbe di kaba yang di ripa di kaba yang rashi ka jebe dun yinbe dingi cheba chawus rashi ka silabri mishu jigi yobatam kogi yamaris jasan rashi ki yobatam yobayin kaga chuburi Rangshingi meba tanga meba nyi kaga chiburis, dini chibar chawus.
Then we go down to the next paragraph where it says, therefore reason refutes essential existence, objective existence found on the side of the thing itself. It does not refute mere existence. Since he says that reason is intent on seeking intrinsic nature, the reason seeks to discover whether something intrinsic exists. Therefore, this means that a refutation by such analysis is a refutation of intrinsic existence, hence distinguish these two. So what this is saying in this short paragraph, what's being negated or refuted by reasoning is the existence on the object. The mere existence of the thing is not simply the existence of the thing or the mere existence of the object which is being negated. So, for example, in the case of the I, then the mere I or just the I is not what's being negated. It's rather an I existing by nature, and this. Let's see. I think it's here in the English where it says, since he says that reason is intent on seeking intrinsic nature. This is referring back to the quote from the 400 Standards, where it also mentions that phrase. So probably in that last one, because our analysis is intent upon seeking intrinsic nature, right? So there. So he's referring back to that. So when it says when it talks about being intent, the reason being intent on, what was it again? Anyway, where it mentions about being intent on, it's referring to the refutation of existence by nature. So what's negated is this, like the I and so forth, existing by nature. And therefore, he finishes off in that paragraph by saying you need to make a distinction between existing by nature and existing, not existing by nature and not existing.
Tatine 이게 레기 넘버 멤버 세트가 다 레기 데부틀에 치탄 나미 데부스 주두기 데부스 더블 데부스 숨이야리 다 인생 레기 넘버 멤버 세트 나미 데부스 세트 다 간사기 주기 되어 미슈지기야 말이 나미 데부도 좋아 계획 나미기 데뷔도 좋아 대화 시작이래. 미기에 나미기 또디 좋아 동네 시작이래. 되네 아니 가르쳐 좋아 당연히 아니 그래서 그래 기디 그냥 많이 별려 지야르바 어디 제버르지리 제산 남이기 되부세티 조디 치르기 쳐라 유지 마드베 쳐라 남이기 되비야 말해 남이기 되부세티 가서 유지 되베 치야고
So then, if we look at this idea of the lignamin, so the karmic maturation or the maturation ripening result of karma. So this is talking about the ripening result. You know, when we talk about the three results of karma, you've got the ripening result, sometimes called the result of full maturation. Then there's the result similar to the cause, and then the sometimes we put the dangde, the environmental result. It's more like something like the possessed result. But anyway, there are those three results, right? So in the case of the ripening result, this has to be, as we say, included in the continuum of a person. It's not something that that would be found in external objects. It has to be part of the continuum of a person, and it refers mainly to feelings in the sense that, like, for example, the ripening result of a non-virtuous karma. So that would be a suffering feeling. Then the ripening result of virtue would be a pleasant feeling, and then a neutral feeling would be the ripening result of a karma which is neither sinful nor virtuous.
That nami said it chidana jena nami tela ni ombu yari lu yari luji nami lu sin chere ani choa zo yimba zo nami benenyawa bijuji choa tumi jiarba ti migewe nami zo tere ni ata nyawa bijuji lu dele nami lu yari ti yaris jasa nami seatita migewe nami les migewe leki jebu zo tere.
So yeah, when we talk about the maturation, namin, the maturation or ripening result. So that would include like the eye faculty or eye power. You also have the body. So we talk about the ripened body. Or the body of maturation. I don't know which of those phrases would work the best, but anyway, you get the idea. And like when we talk about the hell being, so the suffering which is included in the continuum, which is part of the continuum of a hell being, that would be that would be the main ripening result of the hell being experienced by the hell being. And so so when we're talking about the ripening result, it would be the main result. So for example, the suffering of the hell being would be which is the ripening result experienced by the hell being. That's the main result of non-virtuous karma.
Then double devu seati around le sambuji chene you long chesa you de yapuratin ya choa yapuratin long ju yapuratin unati double devu seati tande you means to ne you do aratin the ji karine long ju de you do arabchi joan long ju you do arab to suta Geleki, Dante, Yul Payur, Susi Guli Yamarba, or to see in Santo Suda, to Sukere, Arandule, Nay, Yetuana, Longiero, to Jumati, Susule Juniati, Rangi Tapu, Le Samputi, Tapu de Brusia. Rangi, Tiki, Soa to Su. Namig Devaresuna. That name, W. Jefferson, what did it?
Then the possessed result or environmental result. So, for example, in the case of good karma, the possessed result would be like a very nice place and very nice resources, very beautiful resources or enjoyments. So the possessed result ripens in the place. That's what that's what we say. The ripen result. Sorry, the possessed result ripens in the place. It doesn't ripen in the continuum of a person. So yeah, you do. Yeah. So anyway, the possessed result, the possessed result of good karma would ripen in the place and not in the continuum of the person. Whereas in the case of like the happiness, the pleasure that a person experiences, that would be the ripening result of their virtuous karma.
That in a Judun Jebusea depena that Kivechuan Jevina Chenambala Chimbaya Putambi, Chindilia Chimbatam Tumil, Chimbataya Kabri Chierba. Diko Judun Jebure, Yama Prodi, the Tumba City, Nar Chimbaya Putamba, Chimbam Putambi, and any Chindilia Chimbataya Kabur of the Juniati. Any Chimbatan, Judungi Jebusia. That Le Megawara Shavina, Singama Soju Shiraja, Sendilia Soju Chial Kabuya Chierba. The Judunji, good quarter timber. Judunga Jebusia, or did it. Taji Chimbatambe, Jebutu, the Nami Jebuchi. Any Judunga Jebuti Cindele Chimbatayalo, G. Kapu Yatiche. Any Tabu Jebusi at the Rangi, Longula, Longia, Longipi at the Seman Namali Chimbe.
Then we have the what we usually call the result similar to the cause. Such the result which is in agreement with or concords with, is in accordance with the cause. In the case of virtue, for example, we can take generosity. So the result similar to the cause would be in this life, because of in the previous life having practiced generosity, you like giving. So when you like giving, that's one of the results similar to the cause. In the case of non-virtue, if we take killing, for example, then because in a past life you've created that karma of killing, then in this life you like killing. So you can see that there is that agreement or concordance between the result, liking to kill, and the cause, killing. So it works like that. And so the main result of giving would be the ripening result, and then the result similar to the cause from generosity would be that you like giving. And then the possessed result would be having many wonderful possessions, for example.
Tati. Kachata tat le kawai devu sumyari. Namigi devu, Yutungi devu, Tabu devu. Le Migava Seni, Soju of Chichen, Soju Chevele, the Le Migava. Elia Namigi devu, Yutungi devu, Tabu devu, Sumyarva. Tati Migava Lake Namitelita, Niasun Sum to Geatri. Niasun Bitat, Geatriva. Money. Tabu deputy tangana to long ju eat memoir of the any then a soldier in a tetwati and the Karasubri Tutungi Jebri Tetwati. Any tabu deputy eat Karasusu. There's a utility to said the several super Madumula super mambu Yarva, Ukrala, Utila, Chidi Util, Quejamambu Yosaki, Ulikisunati, Susu Legi, Tutungi, take a tabu deputy, tabu deputy, Susu Tingo Yongurva. You mitubal teguri teni you do me one la teguyati who legi tapu devoting takanji odi tade yuli nije tati so jivena mi devoting tani neso sumikaru chirkiache Tudungi deputy, Mili Kibarachine, Chetun Duciati, Karasin, Prandi, Miyama, Paripachi, Chetun Tundu Towerva. So Juba said, Soju Jati, Chetun Tundu Towers Kugiari. Chetun to Tower Mena, Soju lay you marriage for it. Now put down to Sula. Soju less came every. Now, book Kurang Cheti, never Cheti. That is so juicy to Chetun to damage. Then Kurang Cheti Dechile Mena, say Loju, the Nanga, the Chevachi of Chile, Senior of China. That is Sunni, could Chevachile Shiva in it, they could soon but the Shiva member. For it said it, George Orba. That could part of the number Sojin Chevervas. It's changing over.
No.
Did teaching cool. That Shiva is Sigaba. Frank said it. Could soon manune could settle the am every 17 got 20 settle Mavina. The course of Julie Lemmy Jung Sales surgery.
Namkan that Sebicre. Namkan said it.
Well, Namgar of Gina.
To Sebicre. Namkan, tell us.
Nangana.
No.
Could Sebetili Shivina. Couldn't Sebetili Shibuva, Namagone. Could Nangani got the Tigavati to Shiva Mari. Pogari Shiva, that did set it on Shiva. The Sakuta that critical Shiva Sigvata.
No.
Oh, the insanta Yan to Sulu Soju Le Messia Ticaresena. Prang sitting never. Sitting never insani. 제 통도 당어디야 말이.
Okay, so then in the case of the virtuous karma, then you have those three results. You've got the ripening result, the result similar to the cause, and then the possessed or environmental result. If then in the case of the non-virtuous karma, you also have those three results. So if it was killing, for example, so then you'd have those three. You'd have those three results: the ripening result, which would be being mean being born in one of the lower realms, as we usually call it. And it's also like the evil gone forms of life. Then the result similar to the cause would mean like having a short life, even as a human being. Later on, after you finish with the birth in the lower realms, then you're born as a human being, and then the result similar to the cause would be having a short life. So because when you it would mean being, in other words, being killed. Because so to kill, we have this word anyway. The soldiers are like to stop the life force of a person. Soldier. So I'll say more about that in a moment. So then the possessed result would be even when you've been born as a human, then the place where you find you have to live is very unpleasant. Like, for example, war and strife and so forth. So to go back to the results into the cause, which means having a short life. In other words, your life being shortened. So killing, to have the karma of killing, or to have the act, to do the action of killing, requires the. It's funny really, because we usually say kill, but which doesn't have that kind of connotation. But anyway, here you must understand that the sokjoba, anyway, like literally severing or cutting off the life of a person. It means making their life shorter. If you're not making their life shorter, then it's not killing. So if you've got a person who was going to die anyway, like on the 30th of the month, for example, and then you use a weapon to kill them, you wouldn't have actually killed them because they were going to die anyways. What you did wouldn't have shortened their life. We would think that you'd killed the person by using that weapon on them, stabbing them or whatever, but actually you haven't the sokjoba, killing in the sense of sokjoba, cutting off their stopping their life. You wouldn't have done that because that would mean that you had made their life shorter, but you haven't. They were going to die on that day anyway. And this is why in the hell realms there's no karma of killing, because their lifespan is fixed. So there's no way in which anything you could do to such a being would cause their life to become shorter.
That is it. Now laying ever said the correction. Shinji Ponya to Sugi Chun la Super Gazette Tene, who led Mato but to share every. Carres in a cool laying ever. That did to make you let also not a shit to be an mission. You matter but to it's so I am ever just a sing about cigarette just a Tangarandu the Le mato conescini yerba, le mato conescini yeri, sonum sen sineti, sezen is sineti, and longu carasure, longu sen sineti, sumiarba, sezo longu dan. Ni sona massive jenny, shinye cheer. Young Gashil longju mevche. That che yune ya ani tanda do shi janye de tin yarba ka longju de sene ni shinye chere geishe ya sunum sene sunum seati ta longju de longju ya de ka sure sunum cherba ngar sunum selata sunum seati jidan tiesi Jimbala soba, Chudimla soba, Dusus, Yabusumi Shabbatile, Sonam Sigari. Sonam das, any Unji Karasugre, Kiavatilla, Niyarva Karasugre, Sonam dan, Sonam Mainpas, less. Sonam setting on a mid-pinching letter to so, sub-pinching letter to so, sonam glacier. Nyamata Dondula super pinji letter sonam main glacier. Touches a sonam masani, shinyachi, Chimato, Longju Mato, Yang sonam sanis. Ya che mazo bache suna me mazo ne ya longju seni shinye ji ya longju da sunam yune ya che zo ne shinye ji ya jasan nan zo shiya de chi yan sun yarba
So the like hell beings, their karma is fixed. So that means that no matter how much they are, these what you call the hell guardians and so on, no matter how much they attack them with weapons, they won't die. Those hell beings won't die until their karma is used up. In our case, we can die before our karma is used up because there are three conditions. There are three possible conditions which can cause you to or lead to your death. One is your merit being used up. One is your lifespan being used up. Then your resources being used up. So you can die because your lifespan, your allotted lifespan is finished. Maybe I shouldn't say allotted, but anyway, you come into your life with a particular lifespan. When you reach the end of that lifespan, then you would die, even though your merit and your resources, your possessions and so on, are not used up. So that can happen. It can also happen that even though your lifespan, you haven't reached your full lifespan, but still because your resources run out, you die, like dying of hunger. So that can happen. Then what will happen in some cases is a person will die because their merit is being used up. So merit means having the merit to have various possessions. So in general, you get the good possessions and so on, or you get merit. Sorry, you create merit by giving and morality and so on. So, well, when we talk about merit, we talk about we have meritorious karma and demeritorious karma. There's the meritorious karma is the karma which create what you call it, the causes or throws the birth as a human being as a god, and then there's non-meritorious or demeritorious karma, which is the throwing karma to be born, like for example, as a hell being or as an animal, like that. So anyway, you can have that these different possibilities, 3 possible reasons why you might die. Your lifespan might not be over, and your resources might not be used up. But if your merit is used up, then you can that can be a condition or cause for you to die. And then you can have all of the resources that you need and all of the merit, but because your lifespan is reached its fullness. In other words, you've reached the end of your lifespan, you die.
What that does, Sonam says that it didn't timbre. Run long ju mambu in long ju till long ju young nubati Josuna. Long ju mambu yardi any ku na the Sonam cherbata, Gevelage. Gevelate is Sash of cherbata, call a long ju yagi, long ju till a long ju yagi, nubachierba. This had to do the Sonam says it, color. Longju till Longju ya, Colonju ya, Yarity, Longju to get shiny, could sugar Johnson. The Cosenum Sunam Seni, the Longju ya Mavich. Sunam Seni Shibat. The Longju di Mambuyarva, cried Benjuya Bayarva, the Longju Dirva. Inaya could Longju till Longju ya, never cheerva, did so sooner. And that Sonam Seni Shivas.
Longje di Mazonaya and the Longje the nubity Zoid can't younger.
Krangi, Kola Longju of Nubacherva.
No.
The unit did Zona Kul Longju Mambayari to Longju Majumurva.
No.
Kul, that did go Karasine. Kola Longju of Nubat Zoni Shinichi. Longju di Abayarva.
So we talk about I was talking about the dying because your merit gets used up. So how this can happen is that even though you have many possessions, you have many resources, but you no longer have the power which you need to your previous karma. You no longer have the power, the ability to use those resources, and therefore that can act as a condition for you to die.
Oh, that did it. That is and the Namig table set in Yombari. Namig table set it. Chidan Gawai Namigawaina, a table sum sumiari. Namig table, W table, you doing it table sum sumiari.
So anyway, we've been talking about the ripening result, namingitibu, and in the case of the virtuous karma and also non-virtuous karma, you have those 3 results: the ripening result, the result similar to the cause, and then the environmental or possessed result.
Tatinane Namig said it, Kansal, Brang Bill Mishajig Yamari, the Mevache. Tapu deputy, you get them shaggy. The Judu said the Susulish, Shabu Duga, so Jovina, Namad, Soju Mambu Chinia Tine, who Chinjugan Soju Kabu Yinichiarva, put a tumba. Nyama de Soju did a tumba day, Jebusi to Soju Kavarach. Young Nama Tilichimba Tambaina. You doing the deputy Chimbatana cover of tea. You had to quick you doing the deputy. Nami devil, or to so Paging Kansali Shabu Duga. You doing the devil Siatita. Dante Siatita usually. That you doing the deputy. Any Karasupre Nami deputy. Kansali Julishabu Duga, D. Nane, Nam Jebu, Nami deputy, Zuri. 미게 남이기 되었어야겠다. 또 쇼들이 그래서 교회 남이기 되었으니까 교회 제부스면 안에 다 초디기 버렸지 남이기 되었지.
이제 유기는 주된 민결에서 되게
사자야리 그 상부팅에 있는 거 봐. 아니 아지 롱주스 그래서 세 상부팅에 있는 거 봐. 유시야들 세 상부팅고 가사디 줄이야 말아 유크란리야 봐. 롱주스 주 상유트.
So of these objects, then the ripening result is only sort of only happens, or it has to be included in the or part of the continuum of the person. The environmental result is experienced in the object. So, like for example, like the food and clothing and so on. So it'd have to be that kind of thing. Then the result similar to the cause, that's kind of like something that also happens to you. Like, for example, as a result of having killed in a previous life, then even from an early age, you like to kill. So there's that agreement with the cause, isn't there? You like to kill as a result of having killed. And then in the case of generosity, the result similar to the cause being that you like to give, you like to practice generosity. So of these results, the main one is the ripening result. So in the case of the virtuous karma, then the ripening result would be like the supreme result that comes from that virtue. And then in the case of non-virtue, it would be like the worst result that happens.
That's Sasha, and you long changing, long bachin, long batil, long changing is simjig, tangjig, tumugi, jabber which is here. When I utila Saji Karina, I think it's Sajilina, Karina. Di cheating like to neti, to tell a launching a kanga legi to tombalet to shavaching. Le Mambuchi to tombalet and a crook to shavachirva. Rani Sagi, Raju book is so shavan. Simja Mambuchi cheating leletini. Thus Simja can tell a long chigriba. Share diggity who not ledge sashari. A DJ just net it of the Simja cheating ledge to be easier. What did he? Cheating leg, susu legging, cake to shavati in Gurba. Me, Shendag no Jumini. Susumisho, no Jimini, in Gurba. That's in the Gangabi, no Joseph, net of China. As Simja cheating the lelet in the true secret. That is to Jeremy, Simja Gangabi, Pesha Mampuchi, Unity, Jala Jimena. Could be Simja Gangalogi. Tujikam teni chungorba. These origin. Tiki Kangbachi tea shavinity. Simja chigi marva. Simja mambuchi yas kuru teaching to shavarba. But in I see around to neti Simja Kangal Lungche sweet tell a long journey. Long chair, Nubet Shashare. Just at the 심지어 지둥이 낼 때는 좀 쓰게.
And then there's the Chijing Legitimum. So I think we usually call this something like the collective karma, sort of like a general karma, collective karma. So this would be like the place where everybody in the place is experiencing that, right? And so that place is the result of the power of each of their karmas sort of put together. And it results in that place. It's not the result of just one person's karma. It's the result of all of their karma. Like, for example, or just using an analogy, in the case of many people getting together, putting their money together to buy like a house, for example. So then they all get to use that house. And that house wasn't bought just by one of them. It was bought by them all putting their money together and buying it. So there's that kind of karma, the collective, result of collective karma. So that everybody there experiences, and this contrasts with like your own personal karma, which only you experience the result of, and others don't experience.
That Jawada Miguel said the goddess in a queen deputy Yabuchi Yiduachi Susu Sambuchi Jinsunata Sambutile Yidua Silva. Debu Sambuchi Jini Dilita Jawasiki. Debu Nemba Jini Dili Yidu Mima Jini Jilla. Ni Len Miguel Asiki.
In the case of good karma, that produces happiness. Good karma is also called let's say pleasing karma, yiduonwa. Sometimes yiduonwa means beautiful. It also means like pleasing. So pleasing karma. This is the karma which results in or leads to happiness. And in fact, there is a definition for virtue. So virtue is defined as that which produces a pleasing, ripening result. And then non-virtue is defined as that which produces a displeasing, unpleasing ripening result.
That did it. I've been a sing sort of Javina. Nomating less years. Sing Suchiag Lechiarba. Tell Nomating less year. Same as Nomatingi. Sing so Jotage so yambel Sambachiari Mishujigi. Diong Serverba. Cross Samba Sambusia game Mari. Nembai game Mari. Jotage so yambel. Some look some jigs to joke to Swishabine. That is Kugu de la Kiwayam, Mekiwayam, Lumatin, the Lumating glacier. That in a G. The guy during a joke to say that Shanago, what I heard joke to say. Joke to just said Jarba. Did the chest to the crew joke just said the Gulung and Bachjarva. The Karasugre, George's lady, Miguel of Chirva, that the Chebe Dangin, Sinjel Piag Chetuni, G. George's Jingi in Summer of Javina, Sambuleri, who George's lady, Sambule Chimber, who knew Sambuch Kebrava. The Dimanjavit. That is George showing up a janitor, Lumating, that the Lumating lady Mombi Murva, so Jeve Le Gangolo, Chita, Lumating Le Shari, so J said. Yes, Kangasuya, that is Letus Kanga, Lumating Le. I am Kunu Shinda, Junsunata, Korea, Mikawa Yungri, Kawa Yungri.
The karma you create. Yeah. So anyway, so generally speaking, like carpentry is neutral, a neutral action, neutral karma. So if what this means is that if the person, if the carpenter simply makes the decision, I'm going to make a table, and then they go and make a table, then that action of making the table would be neutral. They don't have a good motivation, they don't have a bad motivation, so it's not virtuous or non-virtuous karma, it's a neutral karma, literally unpredicted karma. Then it's quite possible that the carpenter would have a bad motivation, like by thinking, I'm going to make this table and I'm going to trick people so that they think it's a really good quality table when it's not really a good quality one. So then the motivation would be a bad one, and therefore it wouldn't be neutral karma, it would be bad karma, non-virtuous karma. If, on the other hand, the motivation was a good one, such as thinking, I'm going to make this table as a, to put offerings on, and then I'm going to offer it, then that would be a good motivation, and the karma would be a good karma. And so there are many activities like that, which are, generally speaking, completely neutral, like building houses and so on. There are many such actions. And then if the motivation is a virtuous one, then it becomes a virtuous karma. If it's a non-virtuous, if it's a bad motivation, it becomes a non-virtuous karma.
No, that's Semba Sana Sadalamia, Semba Nina Sadalamia, Nisia did.
It's just like, so it's just like the teaching goes. When your attitude is a good one, then your level and your path will be a good one. When your attitude is a bad one, then the level that you're on and the path that you're going on will be a bad one. So it means the same thing.
Oh, didn't that less yadile Nayari? Lugri G, Nagi Rigi, Nisimki, Luna Yusum Lesum Yari. Just something so you jamba Lugi, so you Lugi, Namdu Chiarva. This Lugiles Yerba. That Jima in a Jima Na said it, Dumbo to Jima to Jamba Nadi. The getting you could living on naturally. Nadi Juma Nadi get Matsara not dig Marvaco. The court dig never yesata lady, and it does Shuma the lady able to conduct Jabresina. Ani Juma Nadi Simgitindu never shabby. Never deal Juma Caressa Tian Layins. Good. That's June the Matcha to Jamba, June the Matcha, Jim Matcha to Jambaco, Juma lady in it. 매버리버봐. 그 나디 매버리버봐. 리디 나디 군네버 치샤버봐. 저 소주바 디치는 소주 리지 지야르바. 리지 소주베나. 디 소주베 리지 디바 매버치거봐. 기징이벌 코 리지 야마르 소주베 리지 디야마르바. 리지 멘데게 베티 디야마르바. 리긴남 그 디야마르바. 기징이벌 때이네야 그 리글레 디니버치 샤기야레. 네버티기 아니 치마기 나미기 데블 그 네버티 데와터기야르바. 네버티 주기 슈만 네버티기 아니 그 나미디 그 네버티기 진주야르바. 어디에서다 레세티 따가리 지다 조지 소베는 조지 소베 류기남 주크란가 아니 레시기야레. 근데 지마버지네 지마와 디체네다 나기 레시기야레. 디 게징이 벌마쿠 넘버이지 많이 버시기야리야. 넘버이지 많이 빌레치샤게 디디 디네 디규딜네 버딜레샤 어디 지게르바. 데부밍이 디미기야리. 데불레 슈마긴 데부딜라 자와치니티 네버티기 지게르바. 네버티기 쿠 네버티 티레 어느 지자 고무자 어느 야베이나 어느 야베기 겐제 치수그르바. 슈마 겐제티 이 사이 지게르바. 사이디 이에나 아니 보는 데가 디르바. 사이 매베이나다 보는 데야 매버바. 그 보는 데야 차르바. 봄질라야 차르바. 슈마 쿠비 야니 그 사이 지가우르바. 사이디 잡스는 사이디기 아니 슈마쿠 보는 데 사이디 디기르바. 디나시제레 슈마의 레지스타 레지기 네버럽디 생기된 시작이르바. 디 아니 슈마기 데부디 그 디치기
소주는 사이격이고 말했어.
사이격이야 말이지. 네버 치샤기야래.
So there are different types of karma. There are 5 types of karma. Then, for example, you have the we usually use like revelry, like yeah. So anyway, something like the is the word that's often used anyway is the revelatory, like revelatory karma, non-revelatory karma. So this would be the revelatory. So it's revelatory, right? As in the sense of has that like a connection with reveal, revelatory. Okay. So you've got the revelatory karma of the body and of the speech. So it's to do with there being some actual visible expression, right? More or less, as we'll see. So like in the case of killing, so that's a type of what do you call it, karma, physical karma or karma of the body. Then likewise, lying is a karma of the speech. So what happens is you're talking. So that's the first, like in the first moment, you're talking, you're saying the lie. But of course, then it doesn't. What do you call it? It comes to an end. You've spoken the lie, and it doesn't remain. So the second moment onwards, once you've told the lie, then what remains is this potential. So it becomes that potential, and that potential is in a sense left on the mind, and it's also called karma. So it's not speech anymore. It's now this this potential which is going to lead eventually to experiencing the ripening result. So, for example, again, then in relation to killing, so that's revelatory. Then the second moment after, in other words, after the killing has been done, it's not revelatory, and because there's no physical expression, there's no actual physical expression anymore, right? The actual physical, visible expression of killing has ceased, but that potential remains, and that's what connects you to the ripening result. So eventually, because of that potential, eventually you will get that ripening result. So yeah, like making the table, you know, there's when there's the actual physical expression of making the table, then you have that karma, you know, that particular karma. Likewise with speaking, so that's speech, right? So when you're saying the words, that's speech, and then that's revelatory. I guess it kind of means visible, but anyway, number richi. Then it becomes non-revelatory, number richi mahimbele, non-revelatory karma. So this is actually, there's an analogy for this to understand this. It's like when you lend somebody $100,000, then that person would give you a receipt, which they've signed, and because you have that, eventually you'll be able to retrieve that $100,000. If it's not been signed, then you won't be able to retrieve the $100,000. So you know that potential which has been left after the actual action has been done is like that you know, signed receipt for a loan.
that number is Shinji Shigesi Jerva. Kupalumaya Senate. Punamaya Senate. Yame Senata Shumati say it Tingrava.
No.
Tinashi did Shinji Shigeki Taiki Nyal Juri, Nyal doing no Jurva. Jonathan did in the Jetubas. Silva. Let each have this every. That never did it, Shashir. The Polung Pangjanashi. The Polung Pangjasi to this year. You get Shasha till Pangjasi.
No.
Polung Pangjas. You took Polung Majunsen, quote Miss Shini Mishindaji. Pingarvagini, the Said Kin coach Zechirva. What did it? Dig surgery. Never did. Never did. Cool. Louis never dead. Jot red Gurva. When a Louis Rigi till some have a chetu. Rigi mind the Louis lady. They are the of course, Subunti Shitarre. She's on a Pumbati map Suruva. So Nati could never did sing with them to Shasherva. Digi, well, the Devotilla and Javatanit could tell you.
So you see, when you die, then the Lord of Death or the Lord of the Dead can see what all of your receipts, what you've got the different receipts for. You can see all of these different potentials, and will tell you. So yeah, you did this and this and this. You might say you might want to deny having done it, but the receipt is there. Like in the case of having loaned 100,000 to somebody, then you got the receipt. Even if the person denies it, you can show them the receipt. You know, you signed it. You've got the receipt. So it's just like that. you might want to deny that you've done these things, but the Lord of Death can see the potential there. So, which is like a receipt, and will say, "Oh, okay, because of this, you're going to have to go there. This is going to have to happen to you," and so on. So the thing is, and the thing is, like with the just like with an actual receipt, from a loan, when the person dies, then their relatives can still, like retrieve the 100,000. So just like that, in the case of, like, even though you've passed away, you still have your body has been destroyed. It might have been burnt, or whatever. It might have been destroyed, but there's still your mind, and all those. You still have all of those potentials. You still have all those receipts, and so the Lord of so you can't deny them, and you'll have to experience the result accordingly. So the revelatory side of it, part of it, that's over very, very quickly, like the killing or stealing, lying, and so on. Then immediately it becomes the non-revelatory, which is this potential non-revelatory karma.
Yeah. That tender lende mango bana mases umabe de lang grusum de tender lende di danji ku lende tender lende di nami debu ti sesuma de nami debu gagmari lende mango ba mase ani umabe de kelangris umabe de kelangur sunde dal dande shijabe debu dinal sunde di chul lung di chul yin di ches dakari di chere kebe jidebe tula jige shebe number jaba dekona ni tongadam jesu tumba maju bar ani lenam number mi basam ki mechaba ni kela kudis da ani di shibyabe debe di chere kebe jidenge tula jige shebe number jaba dekona ni tongadam jesu tumba maju bar sida jidenge ani jidembe tula jidar shebe number jeba jidemba namji leje jebu bina leje ya miya jije jidemba namji umape jidemba namji tumbata jebure umapa kebas tu umapa la segueta kebes jidembe tula jige shebe number jeba dekona ni toate jesu tumbar machupa sede chupa mebas machupa sede chupa mebas sede emne jidembe shebe nashis kelling gudi sire ton asiatida dekona ni toatam jesu tumba machupa lenam number mebas samji mechaba ni kelang kudis mango ba mase kelang kudis dia jidembe ani shabana shinjini ani machupa sedu shabana shi jidembe shabana shi jidembe shabana shi kelang kudis machupa kelang kudis juba jure chudus juba seati aji ranshingi mene yasigari juba ti ranshingi meru juba ti medembe perba shutamje juba nashi yene ya ranshingi mene yang ani ti chiati karesini juba chunga juba yarwa juba seati medembe yene ya juba yarwa Jason Chudam le ranshi ki mene yang le ki debu ranshi me pati chingri tuba le tuba cho tugas le ranshi ki mene yang le ranshi me pati debu ranshi ki me pati chimba chigri isi odi dire tuba le tuba yung chudu jidemba tamje kyanam bukur jidemba tamje kyanam re jawus.
Okay, so then, yeah, so the next one we're looking at is starts on at the bottom of page 160. So it says Chandakirti does not refute such instances are results of karma. Moreover, he says that Madhyamikas must assert this. So in other words, what that says, but anyway, it's what this is saying is that it's not just that the ripening results of that's it, dependent arising, that's what it says here. So the dependent arising of the ripening results of karma are not only not refuted, but they must be accepted. And so what he's so it says the continuation of that passage says, so in other words, the passage that was just quoted from Chandakirti's commentary on the 400 stanzas goes on to talk about this. So anyway, the point being that that Madhyamikas not only do not refute the ripening result of karma, they must accept them. So, so what this means is that the way that the Madhyamikas, while at the same time negating or refuting the I and karma, the results of karma and so on, existing by nature, do nevertheless accept them as existing, is in a way that completely accords with the worldly way, with worldly beings' way of with their minds. And so it mentions here, should do anyway, yeah. Therefore, the learned do not subject worldly objects to the analysis just explained. So the learned refers to the Madhyamikas, the Madhyamika philosophers. So they will assert these, the ripening results of karma and so forth in a way which is in agreement with the worldly beings. So they do this without. Let's see what it says. Therefore, the learned do not subject worldly objects to the analysis just explained, i.e., the analysis congruent with, in keeping with, in agreement with the perception of reality. Instead, they accept that worldly objects are simply the inconceivable results of karma. They accept the world as though it were an emanation projected by another emanation. So anyway, without any mistake, they assert those phenomena as being without nature and also nevertheless existing in a way that conforms with the minds of the worldly beings. So. No, I don't know what that says, but anyway, I think it's more. It was this. I'm sure was saying the same thing before, that it's not just that they don't refute those, like the karma results, karmic ripening results, but they must accept them, like the worldly beings, and how they assert them is like an emanation, emanating an emanation. So generally speaking, an emanation is an analogy or is an example of something which is not true. So what they're saying is that even though the causes have no existence by nature, just like an emanation, which isn't true, nevertheless being able to produce an emanation, which is also not true. So causes which don't exist by nature are able to produce results which also do not exist by nature.
That is. Riba sumi serva. Riba sumi tambu tirisha. Keve dubale duba jun suji demba tamjegi kelang kursu seti riba jeans. That's a daddy chinsasunga. Dedana rangi demba niji seti riba jeans. Demba ni penju menu ban jo sheba she gube tuni dedare dan shesoda. Teba june shebe teba dan ribe dun shine mawa sheba. Tadi riba titu. Tadi de shane jigduga.
Now, okay, so where we got to was where it says, as though it were an emanation projected by another emanation. So actually here there are three lines of reasoning which are explained. So one of them we've just gone through, which is where it talks about even though the cause is not true, it still produces a result which is not true, just like an emanation projecting another emanation. Then where it says, so when you present the two truths, that's where the second line of reasoning begins. And anyway, so now I'll stop my explanation here and take questions.
If a person was going to die on the 30th of the month, but someone killed them on the 29th out of anger, they would still incur the karma, even though that person was going to die. Correct?
Dari sunjula ani de shiwa ngebayina sezone. Dene ko nishagula sebina. Dene soju beleti sagila.
Shibina.
Yeah, if they die because of what you did, then yeah, you get the karma of killing.
Okay, and then the same reasoning, if someone was going to die, but out of compassion, you ended your life and it was purely out of compassion, would you?
What, on the same day or the day before?
The day before. Yeah.
And Taganajin, and could the Sunjula the Shijogin Sesene. Tene Ninji Kunelane, Nishagula Sebina. Sojabina, then the Sojabele Carres. Yeah, that would still be, you'd still have killed them. So you would get the kind of killing.
Okay, last question. Do completion stage practices increase lifespan only or also merit and resources?
Niji Kuna number Tileta Chita Chanju Simbala Lunagale Tuna Yaraba.
No.
Yanti Tinde Yinatico. Niji Germarabatinde Chin.
No.
But Chajusimal Lunag let you Nayaraba.
No.
Go at Chavachin Yaraba. At the minute, the
Of course, there are exceptions, like in the case of, as it said, in the case of the Bodhisattva, then they have permission to do any of the 7 of body and speech when there is a particular purpose served by doing so. So that would be different. Then zoringi nyamin chebe and sit the children long down and it's certain to ajanchari the team gay or the said ring down your best. Zoringi nyamin.
Ring diet, Chidan ring diet, chi galatene, Nanginajol latene, Chirin Dutaya, Sabesalatene, Taya, the use yerba. Naginajo bachine, Lung Pumbachina Sobatine, Lungjur latene, Chirin Dutaya, near Sabesalatene, ne Chela Sunda. Denny Chirin Dutaya Denny Garisure Chi Dele Denny Jagashila Denny Chirin Dutama Yaris Chidati Yaris.
Actually, there are three ways in which one's lifespan can be increased. One is through depending upon external conditions, which means that there are certain substances which can cause your lifespan to be to become longer, extended. Then there's another way, which is through inner activities of like practicing yoga techniques. Meditation, in other words, like there are ways of extending your life which involve doing the vase breathing and so on. So then there's another way, which is through depending upon a special deity. Like, for example, we have the 3 long life deities. So by doing those practices, you can also increase your lifespan.
Yeah, Dole Sunyarity. Pumbaching in Najoki Kebe Patu Michitu Siatinjay.
Even in the sutras, it mentions that you can you can extend your life so that it lasts for your lifespan, so that it lasts for eons through practicing the vase yoga.
Number 9 is any Tongrachi Tadu Davrichen Lung Jumbi Lung Doji Deva Sincher. The Tongrachi Jevin and Shogan Abuyala Nitini Lung Justi Tongrachi Jevina. Ladinu di Ujum Latini. Jevina Nemi Pata Ninda Neki Pat Tus Neme Vatan any say Ninda Neki Pat Tugri Search. Just a Nemi Pata Ne the Lung Jurti Apachini and name Evata. Let's hear you what you reach.
There is
La.
There's you can also do it without the vase breathing by meditating on the energy winds or wind energies by getting up early in the morning and doing the Vajra recitation, which involves breathing in and out. If you do that 1,000 times, get up in the early in the morning and do that, then that leads to being free of illness, and it also is described as having the result of making your life very long, like the sun and moon.
Seba Meta, Drogala Teni, Chitu Chia, Chitu Jenny, Chirin Dutayari. 아니 남게 말라 때니 또 남게 지조세지 다해 아 첼라숨 디르바 네 남게 말라다 청하시냐 디르다 디르게 야 말이 남게 지조세지 다해 일단은 네 최선을 다해시게
C'est pas mais dans le cas tout ça.
아니 청하 그야다 지도지야 되냐르바 청하 건데 야리 다디 남게만의 청구야 세디메 내내야디 아니 남게 지조세지 다에 제하숨 세디 디르바
With the three long life deities, because we say that you can extend your life by practicing the special deities, so the three long life deities. In the case of Amitayus and White Tara, you can accomplish this through receiving the long life empowerment. And by practicing, the longevity through the longevity practices. Then, in the case of Ushnisha Vijaya or Sutu Namgyalma, so there's no long life empowerment for her, but still you can extend your life by doing the Namgyalma long life rituals.
Two questions. Who do the bodhisattvas get permission from to commit the 7 actions? That's the first one. And secondly, do they create negative karma?
Tadi janji samba dozo le te lunga gi tun la te na goba yona te nawa yores. Tadi susani te nawa shures. Tiwa chik has ne de susane. Sulutati that ngedi chechopa chistar chite sugar.
나리테 담부코네 나 차르리 산게 나 차르리
ane the migevele sagirves machine.
이게 레스 미세그 말이 다티 가르스네 데빙이 지쟁기 미나돈도 신예 세버바 되게 민갑자 세지 지게야리 디제스네 다 미나돈도 신예 가르스 데빙이 지쟁기 다 민갑자 시주 프라니교 마부지데 아니 냐리케네 레 동네 빠지면 버치 용국이 버치 쉐버바 시신의 궁극이 좀 샤버바 딱 프라 베 나카르 지네체 냐리케네 제 딱 전방을 뷰티게 돼 지 동네 강을 켜야 이 맛에 프라 미나돈도 프라니 베데 개번이 개버지 냐월에 대고야 레치석이여봐 디께야기 치도 프라 르다니 디체 넘버라 다디 심도 침부시 버봐 어디 디 넘버리 디치 장주 심바 미쇼지 인데 용 말봐
Well, as far as the first question is concerned, it's not like the Bodhisattva has to request permission each time. The permission is already there. The Buddha gave the permission, already. So there's no need to ask anybody for permission. And then, as far as the whether they create the karma, like with killing and so on, or not, so the answer to that is that they wouldn't get the actual karma of killing, like in the case of the captain, Mahakaruna, great compassion, killing this person called Minakdungdung. So the thing is that this bodhisattva captain could see that this guy was going to kill 500 people on board the ship, and that as a result of that, he would have to go to the hell realms for a long, long time and experience just immeasurable suffering, unbearable suffering. So he thought to himself, well, for me, even if I have to go to the hell realms as a result of killing this person, that doesn't matter, because by killing the person, then I'll be protecting the lives of these 500 people, and then that person who's going to kill those 500 merchants, that person won't be creating that karma, so I'll be protecting that person as well. So this is a very, very brave attitude, which only a bodhisattva could have. And because of that, by killing that person, he didn't get the bodhisattva didn't get the karma of killing.
아니, 뒤에 머리 댄디 미담바 저버들이 갭 잠시 가게스야 지야리 뒤 김도 인제지기 김기 간사지를 디시니 로주바도 김답 재미있게로 디전주 선배님들이 디기 개발 계진 구이나 지금 초동배 인지 디기 디 이제 옛날에 여러분
괜찮.
계진 구이 초동배 스타 계제다면서 초사구 여러분 돌을 쳤나 인제기 계진 구이 초디 그런데 다저 진부지 투지 진부 니지 진부는 아니고 다 김답 제서디베 냠타바지 땅 강의 친구지 들리는 봤더니 그런 아니 디 김답 강의 얘들 시네 로지 봐도 김답 전 슈도가
그런 차벌해.
야 다바이 너 어디 소식이 좀 인식이
No. Then there was in the case of yes, in Misanjo, so like the impure conduct, anyway, having sexual relations. So there was this bodhisattva monk. So he saw that there was this family that was in kind of the Kimindiniam de Devarala. Yeah. So anyway, there was this household where the woman was really having a very difficult time. So out of compassion, he went and stayed with her, and there was had a very hard time, had many difficulties, and out of his compassion, he stayed with her for 10 years. And so because of that, he was able to accumulate 9 great eons of merit.
So can I just ask a follow-up question? Sorry, Jackie. So taking the bodhisattva vow doesn't make you a bodhisattva.
That's right.
So how do you how do you know when you're a bodhisattva?
That 지단전하다 장수선배 동백 랑귤의 장수비 동백 여비나 아니다 디 장수선배 임베트 텐데 요 말와 그 장수선배 임이 간다고 그랬어
나에
라니 소소소소 데 장수선배 임인데 간다고 그랬어
다 창당 근데 있다 창당이라 창당 그때 지금 라기 넘기 삼로 가르쳤던 게 삼루티 아니 니만이 야 체두야 야 다와지 야부제 야 디데야 다 디데 다이규야다 엔제 전주 선생님이 때 라디오 벨로 르 단서래 semjegi 강에 세야기 치도 가르치 있니 르나기 레 진 조구게 된 조기야래 근데 주소서 다 주리스 전 이네 다 자주선 깨세야지 야 가르쳐 그래 먼저 집에 편도라 이미 제제도면 이제 인제 군도 타바 되니로 진의 대지 인주게 발라 세치르바 디나시 란두 디니기 로 제제도면 미지바 인제 군도 셴베게 삼바르비지 템버르비지 인제 군도 전주 되니기 로 기그도나 인제 군도 타바 되니로 주나 대지 인주게 발라 세르바 인제 군도 전주 무슨 아니 저만 많이 봤지 인제 군도 기그도나 되네 전주 무슨 지게 바래 미몰라 맞아 참몰라 인제 군도 야 다전주 무슨 지 나마시 주기 기그도나 아니 전주 셈바지 전주 셈 개버래 니 전주 셈바기 단 주기야
The way to know whether you're a bodhisattva or not is you would look at the way your own mind is working, look at how much or how little the attachment arises in your mind, look at your usual way of thinking, and you would need to check not just for like 1 or 2 days, but like for over a long period, like a month or so. Look at how your mind works. Because the thing is, a bodhisattva, once you're a bodhisattva, then you've completely given up all concern for yourself, and you would be completely willing, for the sake of others, despite the results. You would be completely willing to do any of the 7 actions of body and speech. So another way of looking at it is in the 3 principal aspects of the path. Jim Rishi talks about how you would know if you've got renunciation or not. He states the criterion, and so how he states it is that once day and night you don't have even a moment's attraction towards the marvelous things of cyclic existence, and day and night you have this mind filled with this burning desire to achieve liberation, then you've got renunciation. So we can understand from that how you know if you have bodhicitta or not is if you like day and night you have never a moment of concern for yourself and only concern for others, and day and night, not just during the day, but all day, all night, you want to achieve enlightenment for the sake of others. Then you know that you have that unfabricated bodhicitta. So then you know that you're a bodhisattva.
May I have one quick question follow-up? This has to do with motivation and the karma result. Earlier, you mentioned that you kill a person, you get the negative karma. And a lot of time, we don't have the intention to kill, but somehow our action leads to the death of a being or a person. For example, in the case of euthanasia, and you don't have the motivation to kill in the case of euthanasia, you're saying? Wait. Okay, never mind. You don't have the intention to kill, but somehow your action leads to the death of a person. So let's put away the euthanasia. But let's say that let's say that
a patient is dying and you see the patient suffer, and the suffering probably can be caused by the illness, or most of the time it's caused by respiratory distress, because that's usually the very common symptoms that patients have before they die. So so for both type of pain, or for all kinds of pain, you give medications, especially narcotics, and thinking that it's going to help the patient with pain, and also knowing that, with or without the knowledge that pain can lead, or suffering can lead to mental afflictions like anger and so on, and any of those negative mental thoughts or feelings can lead to lower rebirth. Just before the moment of death can lead to lower rebirth. So out of compassion, like you mentioned before, Anila, our compassion for wanting to relieve the pain and not wanting the patient to be reborn in a lower realm, that you give the medication, but inadvertently the narcotic suppresses respiration and lower blood pressure and all of that, and it can lead to it can expedite the dying process and can lead to death quicker. So in that case, and that happens to a lot of us who work in the healthcare fields. If that's the case, then we still get the negative karma, correct?
You are asking.
Yes.
Yeah. The penna nebaji. The nebadozo shido chedu. Nasa shibushi yores. Samsalan the nanedi nasa dindichu yores. And Kashita the shido chedu and the ubi jungub the kalakabo chana and the Dumashibushi yores. That the Namgun the Karachi the mentor yores. Bilmendauchi, the mentor yores. Ane jesan kulong and dando. That kulonga ane kange di this chunrogi res samne mendiche. Ane digana that ko kola nasa yona ane kondosang ninga yores. Kondosana under the nyansolo keg ninga yoras samne mendichena. Then it Karichigers and menduzu to Namgun the this shared this jobuchagidos. Then it Kadides Lela Samdana the Sojabi letter which is Saguna, Mikave letter which is Saguna, Karichigres, the Mandichabina, Kunon in the Yabache, Mandichana, Mandichabla, then he quoted this Jobushiaki, Kayana.
The Susu Kulun the number Tabarava. Susu number Kulun number Tabari, Pajo Kondukini, Diku Kurang Lemberva. Kurang Lembari Mishu Susu, Samba number Tabakuni, Kolupia the Jagarva. Penny Kondus said, Kondus Katria Kaburava. Kondusing it.
But this evening though, call a man matana, call a Nazadiora. Nazadi Yebe Wongi and Mimabut in the Yora, the Nazajuna Kondosagido. Mola de Kondo Mixi Kondosaki Maris. The Kondosa and Kondosal then
the Maris. Just a Metenyeti, Samba number Tabachani, Peavichetu, Mengi Pingiaris. Kiko Kondosani, the Koran less of the Meshoji, Jani Metenyeti. Lesagi Inea Koran the Tindeji Lech Sabrava. Les Tindejani need Chandu Sembale Kundusani Yarva. Chandu Sembalemba Maravati. Chandu Sembala Giapajap Gijeni. Chandu Semba Kundusani Yarva. Kundusani Yarti Chandu Semba Lemba Gaya Marva. Did it Katria Shengi Samlu said the Katria Shidameva Rangi Chiati dirba hempachi cheni chigi yare. Ani Quran kundusan Quran that kundusan Quran chi legen bachi sabriba. Sabri di mute manandu di menti developing kundu sabri sinetati. Tinde cheneta janju sembali mebe kundu sanyi mambu yarba. Ti janju sembali lemba ke mariba. Ti le trutu mebe le simetri. Koti le ti manandu soyad merba. Manandu le meba yamari ti suyine ti. Tinde chego junani tabari sinyeba sachi teru.
Nada.
Naranzola kundu sanyi mambu yari. Karine susi apujene kundu sanyi mambu yarba.
No.
Chuchi ni susu geje mare.
No. Kada de Miguel Sagi marwa.
Susu mare.
Well, the thing is, because you have a pure motivation, you wouldn't create non-virtuous karma. So, as far as the idea of the person getting angry is concerned, if the anger is directed at you, that wouldn't be your fault. That would simply be, that's up to the person who's getting angry. Like in the case of Bodhisattva, people get angry with Bodhisattvas all the time. But that's not the Bodhisattva's fault. If it was our fault when somebody gets angry with us, in other words, if we kind of like create negative karma when people get angry with us, we'd be creating negative karma all the time because there's always people getting angry with us.
No, actually,
The thing is, I know you're going to say about the anger, right?
the
point is-
person is not.
Yeah, I know, but anyway,
Not me.
Rinpoche's answer is because your motivation is a pure one, then you wouldn't get the negative karma.
Can I ask a quick question? I just wanted to ask Rinpoche, his example about the good karma created by someone who's, making a table.
Oh yeah.
So say that person has a good intention and they're gonna make this table and they're gonna put offerings on it, and they start making the table and they're like, oh, this is so hard and I don't know if I should do this and I'm so annoyed and
Yeah.
What kind of karma does that, and they finish it and they do they do the positive action, but they just have this sort of negative feeling all the times.
There've been the Shinzo the and the Kunlong Yapoche and the Josie Sogache. Jenna got the Kunlong Nanshingi and he called Sogido. The Yini Bazla called that. Daddy chose signing the Kalikabudos, the usual and diggers, the Kalikabush to contra which is Sana, the candidates. China called the Chosi the Yusha Yomares, and he called Kunun Najing on it, the Chosi, and a Kunun Najing on in the page down. Niti Bazla called contra Savi.
Did a Gunu Dilinia, Juju Gunu Tome Gunu Senior. That Juju so the Juju Gunu Tower. Tako di kono kuen shorba. Tambu tome kono di ji pendo chi serva. Da di kono sete lari ji shimbe ne sita ani ko kono chi di kono tingen barba. Da zu di kono ta.
So this is mainly actually to do with the motivation that you have at the time. So yeah, motivation or like the attitude in your mind that you have at the time when you're doing it. Because in terms of the person's, because we've got two kinds of motivation. There's the motivation you have at the time or the attitude in your mind you have at the time. Because actually Kunlong is more than just like motivation for why you're doing something, right? So like your attitude. So your overall attitude. So the the motivation or the attitude in the mind for the person, the carpenter, to make the table was a good one. But then the attitude in the mind at the time of making it, that's something that went wrong.
Yeah,
So we'll
that's
stop Saji bagi joji meto tran rira liji ni de gemba de zange jin de me de luai togu namda shingla cheba zo he tang guru rana mendara kami tayam
Chanju Semju
Mboje mage panagi guchi keba nyamba mebai konye kondo kabara shu Korwe shingam de malu chongwe ne chene ziwan den zinga toy shabe site batu tenguru chi.